Tonight on UCentral News. Breaking overnight, dramatic footage of the Francis Scott Key Bridge in Baltimore collapsing after a cargo freighter slams into the base. Half a dozen people are still unaccounted for at this hour, and what's being said as a cause for the crash. Happening on campus today, popular evangelist Sister Cindy is at UCO preaching her message of celibacy. We have the responses from students and Sister Cindy's travel partner. In social media, Sean Combs, better known as P. Diddy, has been subject to 2 home raids and a sex trafficking inquiry. Shanice Hopkins is standing by with more information. New in sports, the NFL is revamping their kickoffs and are banning hip drop tackles. Ian Nickel has a breakdown of what team owners are voting to change.
Live from Central Oklahoma, this is UCentral News.
Good evening, I'm Mark Lowe.
And I'm Shanice Hopkins. Welcome to this edition of UCentral News.
This morning, the Francis Scott Key Bridge collapsed in a Baltimore harbor.
And the search still continues for missing people in Patapsco River after the bridge was struck by a large ship.
The collapse was captured on video, which you see here. The lights flickered on the Singaporean flagged container ship as it veered off course shortly before crashing into the bridge. Baltimore Fire Chief says sonar has marked at least 5 vehicles underwater. Meanwhile, Maryland's Transportation Secretary says 8 construction workers were on the bridge at the time of the collapse. 2 have been rescued, with 1 taken to the hospital in serious condition. Governor Wes Moore says the ship lost power and issued a mayday before the collision, which allowed authorities to stop traffic from going onto the bridge. No crew members were injured. Moore says the investigation suggests that the collapse was an accident, not an act of terrorism. He added that the bridge was fully up to code and had no structural issues. In response, President Biden vowed to use federal funds for recovery and rebuilding efforts. He said the administration is moving to act quickly, given the importance of the port of Baltimore to the state's economy.
Around 850,000 vehicles go through that port every single year, and we're going to get it up and running again as soon as possible. 15,000 jobs depend on that port, and we're going to do everything we can to protect those jobs and help those workers.
Key Bridge will be closed indefinitely after the events this morning. 6 construction workers who were filling potholes on the bridge when it was struck are still missing. And back here on campus, it's been a little chilly outside.
Absolutely. It is not feeling like spring whatsoever, and it's almost April. Feels more like mid-December, isn't it?
Yes, exactly.
We're going to go to Gwyneth Duncan now for our first look at weather. Gwyneth?
Thank you and good afternoon, Broncos. Looking outside right now, it is pretty chilly out there. We're sitting at 51 degrees, but it is mostly sunny and our winds are pretty high. That's really what's bringing those cold temperatures. We're sitting at northwest winds 10 miles per hour with gusts even as high as 21 miles per hour. But really those gusts are few. You're not really seeing the gusts as high today as they have been the past couple of days. So that is nice. Our wind chill is sitting at 34 degrees. So that's what's making it feel cold. When you step outside, you feel the wind hit you, that's what's making it cold outside today. And as we look at our allergy report, our is really high. Those Bradford pears are blooming, everything is blooming, and those trees are starting to come alive again, and we can definitely feel it. The grass is sitting at moderate, but it will continue to rise as the spring just approaches quicker and quicker. So we're starting to feel those allergies, and I know I'm not a fan of them. As we look ahead, we do have a slight chance of thunderstorms tomorrow evening. It is slight. We're really only going to see it in the western part of the state, so we're really not going to see it in Edmond. But we do have high temperatures coming over the weekend, so after this cold front moves through, it's going to start to feel better. We're just going on that up and down roller coaster these next couple of days. Our thunderstorms are going to become more likely though as those temperatures do rise, and as those temperature rises, so does the wind, which comes with fire risks, elevated fire risks over the weekend and into next week. So we'll just start to see more on that, and I'll keep you updated and have your 7-day forecast and much more later in the show. But for now, are you guys excited for those hot temperatures outside? Because I know I am.
I definitely am, Gwyneth. Thank you for that. An internet famous visitor, Sister Cindy, arrived at UCO today. UCentral's Ian Nickel has more details for us.
The party, and yet you're all depressed.
Meet Sydney Smock, a.k.a. Sister Cindy.
Some of you already got high this morning.
She's gone all over college campuses in the last 45 years with her late husband, Brother Jed. She's returning back to the Central Oklahoma campus for the first time since 2021.
Because of your anxiety.
She's known for iconic catchphrases involving margaritas and Cardi B lyrics.
hope you men are not majoring in video games.
Her husband started the campus ministry 50 years ago, and he did this 5 days a week, 5 hours a day for 50 years. And they got married. Once they got married, she went with him. So she's been doing this about 45 years. And after COVID, she became very TikTok famous and went on with her Ho No Mo message. Her husband passed away, and then I started traveling with her. So she's been doing this a very long time.
What do you guys hope?
For UCentral News, I'm Ian Nickel.
Thank you for that, Ian. UCO's Fall 2024 registration is officially open for returning students. Students can now enroll based on their current number of credit hours they have earned. Students with 90 or more hours are able to enroll today. Students with 60 or more hours will be able to enroll tomorrow. Students with less credit hours will still be able to enroll, but later on in the week. Enrollment for any new or readmitted students will begin on Monday, April 1st. If any student needs to set up a meeting with their advisor, visit the UCO Advisement website and select your major.
The UCO Student Association is hosting their elections for student president and senators. Students will still have time to put their votes in right now. UCentral's Ryan Hammonds has a story.
Have you seen messages like this today? Or this? Or even this? That's right, it's University Student Elections. On the second floor of the Nye University Center, you can vote in person for the Student Council President and senators to possibly bring a change to UCO. I talked to members of UCOSA to explain.
It's really important to vote because you really want to get your voices heard, because there's a lot of student concerns and things like that, and that's what we deal with. So student concerns, anything that you want to bring to the campus's attention, we have direct contacts with the president and the office of the president as well.
It's going to be important to vote because today's the first day you're going to be able to get your voice heard. With you, any student concerns that you've got, if you want to change the campuses in any way, this is the first day to get it started. You're going to go vote for your president, you're going to go vote for your senators how you see fit, and hopefully they do what you think is best in the end.
Current candidates right now for president are really promising. That's Cooper Autry, Retta Anarmoni. They're going to be doing some great things, so definitely want to go and vote for them. Roll Chose.
Roll Chose, baby!
You can also go through UCOR or the email sent to you through UCO to vote. For the benefit of the students of this campus, you can have your voice heard. Elections end at 5 p.m. today, so make sure to get your vote in. For UCentral News, I'm Ryan Hammonds.
And back here on campus, not only has it been chilly, but it's also been very windy. But will it warm up in time for Easter?
Man, I hope so. I am tired of this cold weather. Coming up after the break, Gwyneth Duncan will have our full look at weather, so stay with us.
Happy birthday! Make a wish.
Miss you guys.
Blue skies smiling at me, talking about blue skies. Do I see bluebirds singing a song, talking about blue skies from now on?
When it comes to making plans, you are the best. What about those barbecues you plan in detail for your family? Or your daughter's first costume party? It was out of this world. The same way you plan each detail for those moments, start planning to protect you and your loved ones from a natural disaster. Sign up for local weather and emergency alerts. Prepare an emergency kit and make a family communications plan. Protecting your family is the best plan you can make.
If you need to do something to feel okay to drive, you're not okay to drive. Don't drive buzzed.
Are you really sure this is all going to fit? Oh, it'll fit. I got that. All right.
When hauling anything, ensure it's secure. Losing your load is dangerous for all drivers. We want everyone to make it home safe. Help make Oklahoma safe by securing your load.
Broncos, and looking outside right now, it is feeling pretty chilly. The sun is out though, but we're sitting at 51 degrees, and that wind is what's really making it feel cold just all over the state. Our wind chill is sitting at 34 degrees, and across the state we're going 40s into 50s, but it's feeling a lot colder than that because of the wind that's coming in. We're sitting at 52 in OKC, and it feels like 52, but it really doesn't feel like it once that wind hits you. As we move into tonight, it is going to get colder. We're going to be sitting at 32 degrees and clear, and that northwest wind is not leaving and is going to stay into tonight and into tomorrow. We're going to have 7 miles per hour, so it's really not going to be as bad tonight as it was throughout today, but it is still going to be pretty bad out there. Our wind chill is going to be sitting at 32 degrees, so like I mentioned, that wind is just making it miserable, as if the temperature wasn't miserable already. As we look throughout the state, we're going to be sitting at 20s into 30s, and then some parts of the state do have a freeze warning because of how cold it is going to be tonight. As we move into our weather headlines, we do have thunderstorms possible tomorrow into tomorrow night pretty much. Our high temperatures are going to be coming up though over the weekend. We're going to start to see 80 degrees, as high as even 82 degrees on Sunday. So our Easter is going to start feeling very nice, so we should get excited for that. Our thunderstorms are going to become more likely though as those temperatures rise with that. And then we do have some fire weather temperature hazards just because of the high winds and the high temperatures that we're going to start seeing. As we move across the state tomorrow, we have some slight chances of snow in this part of the state. In Guyman, Woodward, and Clinton, they have about a 40% chance of snow with those thunderstorms moving into tomorrow night. But at the eastern side of the state, we're really not seeing much. We do still have a chance of thunderstorms tomorrow, but they're going to be scattered and they're really not going to be much. As we move into tomorrow across Edmond at 7 a.m., we're going to be sitting at 32 degrees, so it's going to be feeling really cold. Those winds are not leaving either, so those clouds are going to bring just more wind, and it's not going to feel very nice tomorrow. At noon, it's going to feel 46 degrees and mostly cloudy. We're really not going to see the sun out then, which is not going to help with our temperature and our winds. At 7 p.m., those clouds are going to start to clear out a bit, but we are going to feel that 53 degrees, still a little bit chilly, and the winds will start to rise a bit with the storms that may move in. As we look at our 7-day forecast on Wednesday, we're looking at a 20% chance of thunderstorms, like I mentioned in the evening. This could come with high winds, possibly some hail, but really it's scattered, so there's not going to be big storms. We're not going to see much of it at our side of the state. As we move into Thursday, Friday, this is when the temperatures start to rise. We're going to get as high as 84 degrees on Easter, so it's going to feel so nice. If you're planning on going outside having an Easter egg hunt, then it is the perfect day. It is going to be a little windy though, but other than that, it's going to feel great. And that is all I have for you guys right now. What are you guys thinking of doing on Easter?
I'm going to go back home, back to my family's place, go to church. It'd be good. Just normal Easter traditions. Now, Gus, I got to ask, with that chance of severe weather coming up, is there any chance of severe weather with those storms coming in?
There is a small chance of severe weather if those storms do hit, since they're going to be isolated and very small. There's a chance that we could see some tornadoes tomorrow, but it is a little bit cold for that.
Thanks, Gwyneth. We know you'll be keeping an eye on that.
Thank you, Gwyneth. Coming up, I will have the latest updates on the Princess of Wales.
And a new Bachelorette season is on its way. Find out more after the break.
I was raised to believe in the power of possibility, to always move forward but never forget where I came from, to value hard work, ingenuity, and hospitality. On one hand, my people are rough and rugged. On the other, refined and elegant. They taught me how to love beautiful things and cherish my past, to seek out adventure, eat well, and to have a good time. So I keep their traditions alive every place I go. They call me Oklahoma City, but you can call me the modern frontier.
UCentral News as a whole. You got to be in those different areas, like being on camera, being off camera, being in the control room. And so I feel like that is what prepared me most about being in the workplace.
UCentral and the mass comm department has provided me all the tools and the fundamentals that are needed in order to thrive well and thrive fast at my job.
Maybe it's time to hit the road and visit a place where stories unfold. This is the land of the ultimate road trip, with sights old and new on Route 66. There's fun to be had, so much to do, and a few new surprises before you get through. Oklahoma has the most miles to share of Route 66. It's really quite rare. TravelOK.com will show you the way. Come see for yourself this iconic highway.
Welcome back, Broncos. I'm here to talk about what's trending today. We have a lot to cover, so let's get right into it. On Monday, federal authorities raided rapper Sean P. Diddy Combs' residences in California and Florida. The Department of Homeland Security confirmed that the agency and other local partners had, quote, executed law enforcement actions said to be a part of an ongoing investigation. The LA residence is reportedly an address tied to Combs' production company. Authorities also say Combs is a target of human trafficking crimes. Representatives for Combs didn't immediately respond to the request for this comment. The mystery of Princess Kate Middleton's disappearance has finally been solved. On Friday afternoon, the Princess of Wales, Catherine Middleton, disclosed that she has cancer and is ongoing chemotherapy in a video announcement posted to YouTube.
In January, I underwent major abdominal surgery in London, and at the time, it was thought that my condition was non-cancerous. The surgery was successful. However, tests after the operation found cancer had been present. My medical team therefore advised that I should undergo a course of preventative chemotherapy, and I'm now in the early stages of that treatment.
Big shock following surgery. This news comes 2 months after she temporarily stepped away from her public life following her surgery. In brighter news, Krispy Kreme donuts is coming to McDonald's all participating locations by 2016. McDonald's first started testing selling their donuts in late 2022 when they realized how much of a success it is. This partnership will help McDonald's boost its breakfast and coffee sales. Customers will be able to order 3 versions of Krispy Kreme donuts: glazed, chocolate, and ice with sprinkles, and chocolate ice with cream filling. If you visit a Krispy Kreme location today, you can receive a free glazed donut between 5 to 9 p.m. today, only as their way to celebrate their new partnership. And spoiler alert, last night Joey, the Bachelor, handed out his final rose and got down on one knee. After a very dramatic ending, the 28-year-old tennis pro proposed to Kelsey Anderson on the beach in Tulum, Mexico. The couple is happily still together. Joey plans to move to New Orleans with Kelsey before they get a place in New York City this summer. Congratulations to the two. Additionally, last night during the finale, they also announced they are upcoming Bachelorette for the next season, Jen Tran. Jen is 25 from Miami and made it to the final 6 of Joey's season. Jen, who is Vietnamese, is also making history by being the first Asian American Bachelorette. And it seems like that's going to be a pretty good season. That's all I have for you guys for this social media update. Coming up, a UCO basketball player is taking home some awards. And the Thunder are back in action tonight. Ian Nickel will have your full sports report after the break. Stay with us.
Feel the beat of nature at a park or forest near you. Find a forest and music inspired by nature at discovertheforest.org.
If you need to do something to feel okay to drive, you're not okay to drive. Don't drive buzzed.
back, Bronco Nation. Let's talk some sports. Leading off tonight, the 22-7 Bronco baseball team takes a trip over to the east side of the state to battle the Northeastern State Riverhawks. The Broncos won the first matchup in Edmond a couple weeks back by a score of 9-4. The Chos look to get back to winning ways after dropping 2 of 3 to Pittsburgh State over the weekend. First pitch is at the top of the hour at 5 p.m. The UCO men's golf team has just wrapped up its second straight tournament victory. The Broncos wrapped up the Skip Wagner Invitational this afternoon, besting the competition with a team total of +1 over par. 4 Broncos finished in the top 10, with Jordan Wilson losing a playoff hole to eventual winner Simon Rossler from North Texas. Their next tournament is the showdown at the Shangri-La in Monkey Island, Oklahoma, next Monday and Tuesday. UCO basketball star Jaden Wells has picked up some big awards today. Wells was named All-Central First Team by the National Association of Basketball Coaches and was named an Honorable Mention All-American by the NCAA Division II Conference Commissioners Association. Wells entered the transfer portal a few weeks ago and has already received interest from various D1 schools across the country. News from the NFL: league owners have voted to change 2 notable rules involving kickoffs and tackling, and it's causing some uproar amongst players and fans. Starting with the kickoffs, the league has adopted a low-impact style that has previously been used in the Spring Football League, the XFL. With the new rule, 10 players from the kicking team and at least 9 on the receiving team will have to line up 5 yards apart from one another and won't begin running until the ball reaches the returner. This means players won't be going full speed and crashing into unsuspecting returners. The league believes this will increase the number of big play returns while also decreasing the number of injuries. The most controversial topic of the changes involves the hip drop tackle. That is wrapping a ball carrier with both arms and becoming dead weight to tackle the runner. This style of tackling has been responsible for a multitude of injuries over the years, most notably in recent times with Baltimore Ravens tight end Mark Andrews and former Cowboys running back, now Titan, Tony Pollard. Many defensive players like former superstar J.J. White are calling it another blow to defenses around the league, saying that they should break out the flag belts. More changes are set to be voted on in the coming days. And finally, the Oklahoma City Thunder are looking to bounce back from a Bucks beatdown on Sunday as they head to the Bayou to take on the New Orleans Pelicans. The Thunder look to keep up with the Nuggets, who are first in the West, while the Pelicans, who are fourth in the West, have won 8 of their last 10 and are looking to continue that streak. Pelicans are without Brandon Ingram, who suffered a bone contusion in Thursday's game against the Orlando Magic. But the Pelicans still have a plethora of talent featuring Zion Williamson and C.J. McCollum. The game tips off tonight at 7 p.m. on Bally Sports Oklahoma. And guys, Jaden Wells has gotten a lot of interest from D1 schools across the country. Where do you think he's going to end up?
Yeah, Jaden Wells for sure, kind of the star of the Broncos offense this year for that basketball team. He's got a couple different offers, one from Oklahoma, I know. I think, honestly, he may be sticking close to home. What about you, Ian? Where do you see him going?
I agree with you. I think he's going to stay home. I'm thinking North Texas is probably where he's going to go, but it would not surprise me to see UT Arlington swoop on in there and grab Jaden Wells.
Absolutely, yeah. Jaden Wells is a native of the Dallas area, so he'll definitely try to stay home, I think.
Right, definitely. I'm from Texas, so I'd probably want to go back to Texas if I'm being honest.
Absolutely. Thank you, Ian, for that so much. The OKC Memorial Marathon is looking for volunteers. What do you need to know coming up?
And Gwyneth Duncan will have our last look at weather. Stay with us.
Feel the beat of nature at a park or forest near you. Find a forest and music inspired by nature at discovertheforest.org.
If you need to do something to feel okay to drive, you're not okay to drive. Don't drive buzzed.
Welcome back. UCO Community Engagement is looking for volunteers to build water station pallets for the upcoming OKC Memorial Marathon. The pallets will be delivered to each water station along the race route to keep runners hydrated. To sign up, fill out the form on UCOR or message Audrey Allard for any questions. The OKC Memorial Marathon is scheduled for April 26th through the 28th.
The UCO Max Chambers Library will be hosting a book sale Wednesday from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. in the library basement. Students who bring old or used electronic devices will receive $5 in books. Items that are accepted include smartphones, Bluetooth speakers, gaming consoles, and wireless routers. If you're unable to donate any devices, books are priced at $1. And like we talked about earlier, we've had some crazy weather in Oklahoma, but it's looking to look a little bit better at the end of the weekend.
Absolutely. Definitely looking forward to that Easter weekend, better weather for sure. Going to go now to Gwyneth Duncan for our last look. Gwyneth?
Thank you. And looking at the temperatures, the average temperatures for each month in March, we're sitting at about 50 degrees, which is perfect for today. Those are the average temperatures, but obviously we aren't really reaching those in these next couple of days when we get up to 80. As you can see, in April, it goes up to about 60, and then it just keeps going up from there. And I don't know about you guys, but I am so excited for those average temperatures to go up so we can start feeling hotter air out there. I don't really like the cold. I'm not a fan. As we look at tomorrow, just a reminder, starting off at 7 a.m., it's going to be really cold. You're going to want to wear a jacket. It's going to be 32 degrees, windy, and it's going to be cloudy. We're not really going to see the sun out there. At noon, it's going to be 46 degrees. Once again, it's going to be cloudy. We're not really going to see the sun around noontime, but it's just going to be really chilly all day tomorrow. Moving into nighttime at 7 p.m., 53 degrees. We do have a slight chance of rain, but we will keep you updated on that. And that's all I have for today's show. So back to you guys at the desk.
Thank you, Gwyneth. The Powerball jackpot continues to grow.
Yep, that's right. There was no grand prize this winter in the Powerball drawing Monday night. According to the lottery's website, 2 players, one in New York and one in Florida, won $1 million each. The next Powerball drawing is Wednesday, and it's now estimated to be $865 million. If the grand prize is won, it would be the 5th largest in the game's history. A winner would have the option of receiving the $865 million in annual payments or a lump sum payment of $416.1 million, both before taxes. And that is a lot
of money.
That is a lot of money.
I could pay for quite a bit of my college tuition,
right.
I will say.
As a college student, I would love that.
Absolutely. Definitely need to go and try to get a ticket after this.
Definitely.
I mean, if that's the odds right now, I'm liking them.
Right.
Why not?
And that's all we have for today. I'm Shanice Hopkins.
And I'm Mark Lowe. Thank you so much for joining us. See you tomorrow.